Listen, stop waiting for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. The world doesn't work like that. Life doesn't pause for you until you feel ready. You will never feel fully prepared. You will never have the money, the time, the confidence, or the energy you think you need. And guess what? That's the point. Champions aren't born ready. They step into the ring when everything in them screams, not yet. They fight scared. They fight broke. They fight tired. But they still fight. Every second you waste waiting for confidence, someone else is out there grinding with fear in their chest but fire in their eyes. Every excuse you make is giving someone else permission to lap you, to climb past you, to take the opportunities that could have been yours. While you're waiting for courage, someone else is making progress. While you're waiting for clarity, someone else is building their empire brick by brick. You think fear means stop. Number fear is the green light. Fear means go. If it terrifies you, it's a sign you need to chase it. Nobody grows in comfort. Nobody changes in safety. You don't get strong lifting feathers. You get strong lifting weights that make you shake. You don't get wise from things that are easy. You get wisdom from things that break you down and force you to rebuild. That's what you need. You need the struggle. You need the resistance. You need the chaos. Because the fire that scares you is the same fire that forges you. You don't need approval. You don't need validation. You don't need a round of applause before you take your first step. You only need one thing, the decision to stop holding yourself back. Because the truth is, nobody is stopping you but you. Not your boss, not your parents, not your circumstances, not the government. It's you. And the day you admit that is the day you take your power back. Stop blaming, stop waiting, stop wishing. Start moving, start failing, start learning, start growing. Because your life isn't waiting for you, it's slipping away while you hesitate. And one day, you'll look back and realize hesitation cost you everything. Don't let that be your story. You see, life doesn't reward excuses. It doesn't pay interest on your reasons. It doesn't hand out trophies for almost starting. It only rewards the ones who decide, the ones who step forward when every part of them feels unqualified. Success isn't about talent, it's about persistence. It's about refusing to quit when everything around you says quit. Think about this. The richest soil doesn't grow crops without seeds being buried, broken, and pushed against by the dirt. You are no different. You want to rise. You've got to go through the dirt. You've got to be crushed by pressure, drenched in rain, baked by heat. And only then do you break the surface. Only then do you rise. Don't curse the struggle, it's the proof that growth is happening. The people you admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the leaders, they aren't different species. They're not superheroes. They didn't get a special manual that you didn't. They're simply the ones who pushed through the pain while you were resting. They're the ones who kept moving when their legs were burning, when their minds said stop, when the world said no. They learned to dance with failure instead of running from it. And failure, it's not the end. Failure is the tuition you pay for greatness. Every misstep, every rejection, every setback is just another class in the school of champions. But here's the catch. Most people drop out. They fail once and quit. They fail twice and retreat. But those who graduate, those who get the diploma of success, are the ones who take failure, rip out the lesson, and keep going. Listen closely. If you're waiting for motivation, you've already lost. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline, that's the anchor. Discipline is showing up on the days you don't feel like it. Discipline is doing the work when your body screams rest and your mind whispers later. Discipline is refusing to betray your future self for the comfort of the present. Ask yourself right now, what would your future self say about your current habits? Would they thank you for grinding? Or would they curse you for wasting time? The scary truth is, your future is being written by the choices you make today. Every skipped workout, every excuse, every wasted hour, it's ink on the page. And once it's written, you can't erase it. But every rep you grind out, every late night of focus, every uncomfortable leap, that's also ink. That's the script of victory. So which story are you writing? Because your excuses are writing one too, and I promise you, you won't like the ending. Every time you decide to delay, every time you hit snooze, every time you scroll instead of build, you're making a silent agreement with mediocrity. You're signing a contract with average. But every time you step up, even when it's hard, even when you feel small, even when no one is clapping, you're tearing up that contract and writing a new one. A contract with greatness. Greatness is rented, not owned, and the rent is due every single day. You can't pay it once and coast. You can't grind for a week and expect it to carry you for a year. You've got to show up daily. You've got to keep proving yourself, not to the world, but to you. Because the moment you stop paying that rent, mediocrity moves back in. And trust me, it never moves out on its own. Here's the truth most people run from. The world doesn't care about your potential. Potential is cheap. Everyone has potential. The graveyard is full of it. The world only respects results, and results are born in the shadows of discipline. When you're working in silence, when you're putting in the reps no one sees, when you're grinding while others sleep, that's when results are conceived. And when the time comes, the world won't be able to ignore you. But you can't cheat the process. You can't skip steps. You can't rush the climb. Success has a price, and it doesn't take discounts. It doesn't take IOUs. You've got to pay full price in sweat, sacrifice, and relentless consistency. The problem is most people want the view from the mountaintop, but they don't want the climb. They want the medal, but not the miles. They want the recognition, but not the repetition. Ask yourself, are you willing to endure the climb? Are you willing to sweat, bleed, and keep moving when no one's watching? Because that's where champions are born. Not in the spotlight, not on the stage, not in the highlight reel, but in the trenches of grind, in the loneliness of discipline, in the silence of sacrifice. You want to be unstoppable, then stop stopping. You want to be legendary, then outlast the ones who quit. You want to change your life, then change your habits. Because success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract by the person you become. And becoming that person means burning down the excuses, torching the old identity, and rebuilding from the ground up. The old you, the lazy you, the comfortable you, the excuse-making you, has to die for the new you to live. That's the cost. That's the truth. Listen closely. The moment you decide that the old version of you is no longer allowed to run your life, that's the day everything shifts. Because let's be honest, that old version of you, it's comfortable, it's predictable, it's safe. But safe never built legacies. Safe never broke limits. Safe never made history. The old you thrives on instant gratification, on comfort, on excuses. But the new you, the one you're building right now, thrives on discipline, on vision, on delayed gratification. And make no mistake, this isn't about motivation. Motivation is a spark, but sparks burn out. Discipline is the firewood that keeps the flame alive when motivation dies. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what keeps you moving when everything in you is screaming to quit. That's the difference between the dreamers and the doers. The dreamers wait for motivation. The doers rely on discipline. I want you to imagine this. You're standing in front of a mirror. On one side, you see the version of you that keeps losing, keeps giving in, keeps making excuses. On the other side, you see the version of you that's powerful, unshakable, relentless. The only thing standing between those two versions is your daily choices. That's it. Every rep, every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice, each one is a vote. And the more you vote for discipline, the more that stronger version takes over. But here's the catch. You can't fake it. You can't trick the process. You can post the quotes, you can buy the books, you can talk about grinding all day, but if you're not doing the work when no one's looking, it's all smoke. Discipline is about integrity. It's about doing the hard thing, especially when no one will ever know you did it. Because guess what? The results will tell the story for you. The grind speaks louder than words. The reason most people fail isn't because they're not talented. It's because they're not consistent. Consistency beats talent when talent refuses to work. The greats weren't the most gifted, they were the most relentless. They weren't waiting for perfect conditions, they created their own conditions. They weren't waiting for opportunities, They prepared so hard that opportunities couldn't ignore them. And that's what you've got to decide. Are you willing to be relentless? Are you willing to push through when the world laughs at you? When the results take longer than you thought? When the pain feels unbearable? Because that's where the transformation happens. That's where the average quit, and that's where the extraordinary are born. This is not about proving them wrong. It's about proving you right. It's about proving that the vision in your head, the fire in your heart, and the destiny in your spirit aren't lies. They're real, but only if you back them with action, only if you fuel them with discipline, only if you fight for them when it would be easier to quit. So hear me, your time is now. Not tomorrow, not someday, not when it feels right. Right now, discipline doesn't wait, success doesn't wait, life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Listen, there's a future version of you out there waiting, begging for you to rise up and meet them. And every time you choose comfort, every time you give in to fear, every time you make another excuse, you're betraying that version of yourself. You're leaving them stranded, stuck in a life that was never meant for them. And if that doesn't shake you, it should. Because you only get one shot at this life, one chance to write your story, one opportunity to decide how they'll remember your name. The world doesn't care about what you almost did. Nobody writes history books about the nearly or the someday. They only remember the people who showed up, who fought through the storm, who stood tall when everything around them tried to break them. That's who you have to become. The one who refuses to bow down to fear, the one who refuses to let circumstances dictate destiny, the one who makes their own rules and then breaks the limits they set. Understand this. Life is not happening to you, it's responding to you. Every action you take, every seed you plant, every ounce of energy you give, it comes back. The universe rewards the bold, the persistent, the unrelenting. You want blessings. You want success. You want freedom. Stop waiting for it to knock on your door and start creating the kind of person success can't ignore. And yes, it will hurt. Yes, it will take longer than you think. Yes, you will doubt yourself, you will fail, you will cry, you will fall flat on your face. But that's not the end. That's the tuition you pay for greatness. Every failure is a receipt that proves you tried, every scar is a medal that proves you survived, and every setback is a setup for the comeback that defines you. There will come a day you're tired, broken, exhausted, and you'll ask yourself, why am I still doing this? And the answer will be simple, because the old you is gone, because there's no turning back, because this fight is bigger than the pain, bigger than the sacrifice, bigger than the fear. You'll keep moving because the only alternative is quitting, and quitting is no longer an option. So here's the truth you need to swallow right now. You are not average. You were not born to live and die unnoticed. You were not put on this earth just to pay bills and fade away. There's greatness inside of you, waiting, screaming to be unleashed. But greatness doesn't come knocking. Greatness demands you chase it, hunt it, wrestle it into submission. And when you finally hold it in your hands, you'll realize it was worth every sleepless night, every ounce of sweat, every drop of blood. So don't stop now. Don't slow down. Don't you dare quit. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The storm you're in isn't here to destroy you. It's here to prepare you. The pain you feel is proof you're still alive, proof you're still in the fight. And the fight is where legends are made. When the dust settles, when the noise fades, when the world looks back, make sure they know your name. Make sure they know you never gave up, never backed down, never surrendered. Make sure they know you lived with fire, with passion, with discipline. And when it's all over, when your story is finally written, let it scream one thing loud and clear: you gave it everything. This is your life. This is your shot. Don't waste it. Don't wait. Don't hold back. Rise up. Fight. Grind. Build. Win. Because you are William H. Carter, and this is your time.